Hello everyone, this is Sunny from Inside Merch. I'm back with another video about merch by Amazon along with a few other pod news. I just wanted to come back here and make sure y'all knew knew that I wasn't done making videos. I did take a long break, but I am back. Today we're going to go over, like I said, a little bit of the pod news. I have my sales update. Uh, I have a couple of downloads for you guys, some free downloads, and then I'll end it with a nice cool resource that I found, and some keyword tools that I found. All right. So as always, we start with we're gonna go and do some promotional stuff here. So if you are not part of the Inside Merch, I'm gonna turn my air conditioner on here because it is super hot here. All right, it is. If you haven't joined our Facebook group, it is Inside Merch on Facebook, and you can get there by going to facebook.insidemerch.com. Redirect you right here. I did have to set up a requirement that you do have to answer a question. It's just saying that you're not gonna overtly just start posting promotional stuff about whatever you're doing. I had to implement that because we were getting some spam coming in, and it has I guess the spammers don't answer questions, so I did I went ahead and put that in there. So you just have to answer yes to that, saying that you agree that you're not gonna put promotional stuff on the group unless you ask first. Which I don't mind if you're promoting a useful product or service, as long as you just ask me, maybe let me try it out or something so I can verify it. But you can go and join our Facebook group here. We did just cross 100 members a couple days ago, and we're already at 141 members. So definitely on its way up here. Next, we have our subreddit here, and you can get to that by going to reddit.insidemerch.com. I'll take you right to our subreddit, where you can join any of the conversations. I also repost links to the videos in the subreddit. So for all you people who love Reddit, there you go. And then, of course, where you're watching it, most of you are probably watching it here is on YouTube. So we have our Inside Merch YouTube page here. And you can get to that by going to youtube.insidemerch.com. And just in case anybody is unsure who Red Yeti King is, that is me. I have another YouTube account, and sometimes I'm logged into that YouTube account when I reply and comment to people on the videos. So if you are seeing Red Yeti King as a person comment or answering your comments, that is me. So just so that you know. So there's been a lot of news happening lately. Oh, hold on. I don't think I got my webcam on. There we go. So there's been a lot of news happening in the pod universe. So we're gonna start with Printful here. Printful's actually had a whole bunch of news happen. So Printful started their European location a couple weeks ago, I believe, as of now. But they just started direct-to-garment printing for the European location. So that recently just started today, I believe. They're also no longer accepting printing notes. Printing notes were something that is kind of a throwback to the old days of Printful, where if you gave them instructions on how you wanted your print file to be utilized. With their printing instructions now, it's not necessarily a feature that they need to keep, so they did get rid of it. And then there are some new shirt styles that you can get added to your storefronts if you're using Printful. They have some new Anvil and Bella canvas. So the Anvil 988 lightweight ringer tee with the tearaway label. That's the I believe it's the one that has the colored collar, if I'm remembering that correctly. And then the Bella Canvas 604 women's the favorite tee tearaway. Which is really good that they added this, because this is actually one of the strongest selling Bella Canvas woman style tees that they have, the favorite tee for women's. So nice upgrade for anybody who's selling using Bella Canvas. And then we have some more American Apparel products they're adding in here. I'm a little sketchy about recommending that anybody uses American Apparel on any of their storefronts, just because they did just have bankruptcy last year or earlier this year. They're now a Canadian company. I think they bought up by Gildan, if I'm remembering that correctly, and so they're now based out of Canada. Word has it that they're slowly increasing their stock levels, probably ramping up to Q4. But I don't recommend it anybody put all their shirts or have a strong hold in American Apparel shirts, just because when it comes to the Q4, you want to make sure that you're not going to be running out of product. And I just don't think that American Apparel is going to be able to keep up with the Q4 demand. But they did add some more products into the system. So if you like American Apparel, which it was a very popular shirt, even though it is one on the more expensive side, there are more options for that. And then on Printful added a new integration partner, Weebly. Weebly is a website generator site, I guess. It doesn't. It's a site where you can build websites with, and using a kind of a top level designer tools that they have on there. But they also have some integration with a few e-commerce sites and services, and Printful is now going to be part of that integration with Weebly. So I've used Weebly in the past, a long time ago, and so I don't know how it stacks up right now, or how well Printful is going to integrate with it, under what, like how they're going to push the information, or what kind of analytics you get back on Weebly. So but it's out there. If that's your platform that you use for your website and you want to start selling shirts on your website, there you go. You have Weebly as an option for Printful. So let's move on to Etsy. Etsy has, I don't want to say started, but they've had a beta program right now for people who are selling on Etsy, where they're going to allow you to create sales and promotions. Okay. They previously had an option where you could create coupon codes, and then you would give the coupon codes to your customers, and they'd be able to get a dollar off or percentage off whenever they use that coupon code. But now you can create category or product sales, whereas when you go to the product page, it will say it has a suggested retail price, and then it has the discounted sell price, which they didn't have before, which a lot of people who were on Etsy really would have liked that, because that obviously converts sales. When people see something's on sale, it definitely is a big converter, which is why you see a lot of products on Amazon and these other e-commerce sites perpetually on sale. It's because even if it never comes off sale, and that's their technical normal price, even though it's always on sale, it's gonna sell more just because of the fact that it is on sale. And so now that we have that feature on Etsy, hopefully we can start seeing some more conversions. This is in the test program right now, so only a select few people who signed up to be in the Etsy betas are using it. I of course have it, because you're looking at it right now. And but it's going to go live across all listings on August 22nd. I'll go ahead and walk you through what it looks like here. So you can run a sale, or you can create a coupon. You've always been able to create coupons, so that's no different. But running a sale here is what's the most important part here. So we'll hit continue, and then you can select your discount. It doesn't allow you to do dollar discounts, just percentage discounts. So do some Google, get your calculator out, figure out what's the best percentage to get to the price that you want to set it at. So let's just say you've been selling shirts on Etsy for $14. and you want to keep selling the shirts at $14, but you want it to be that you want $14 to be your sell price. Then you need to figure out what percentage you need to bump it up to get to a reasonable retail price versus sell price. Me personally, I sell most of my shirts, just my standard T-shirts, at a price of $13.99 or $14.99. And so I wanted to have a 40% off discount. And so what I did was I figured out what is 40% off of, or 40%, what is $14.99 of 40%. So it turned out to be, I believe, $24.99. So $24.99, 40% off, $14.99 or $13.99. I forget which one. And so now I'm at the price that I that I was originally selling at, but now it's on it's considered a sell price at that point. Um, so it looks good for you. It looks good for your customers. Your customers feel good. They feel like they're getting a good deal, even if technically it's what you were selling at before. But since you weren't able to sell at sell prices before, you did have to discount your stuff to a reasonably low price. Now you can have your stuff at a regular price, what a regular retail price would be, and then just apply a sell to it to get to the price that you want. Then you can also set minimum order requirements. So there could be a no requirement at all. Everyone gets the discount. You could set a quantity. So you need to buy X amount of whatever you're listing to be able to get the discounts, the discounted price, or you can hit a total amount. Say you need to spend $30 to get the discounted price. So there's some more flexibility within this here. I just use all mine on none because I'm not doing any special type of promotions. If I want to do like a monthly promotion and I want to do a really deep discount, I can do I can create a whole nother category, move some of my listings over into this new category that I created on my storefront. We'll call it deep discounts. We'll call that the category deep discounts, and then we'll say I want to do instead of a 40%, we're going to do a 60% off discount when you buy 3 or more products, right? It's only going to last a week or two, all right? And then we can further on the next page, it will also let us to specify what category, so we can make it so just stuff in this category is going to be able to get that 60% discount when you buy 3 of them, or maybe when you spend $50 you get that extreme discount. There's a lot of ways that you can start playing around with this stuff. And so it's very, very interesting stuff coming out of Etsy. They just got a new CEO, I think, and so we'll have to see how he turns the company around, because they're kind of not looking good right now with their IPO. So we'll see. But I just wanted to show you guys what was happening with Printful and with Etsy. Switch back to the full screen here. All right. Oh, actually, one more thing. Teelaunch. If you don't know what Teelaunch is just like Printful. They do custom print on demand products. But they're celebrating their 2nd year anniversary, which I'm very happy for them. I have used Teelaunch in the past. In the past I used them because they had cheaper prices, but now Printful has some cheaper prices on some products, but not on other products. So I kind of in between with Teelaunch and Printful right now. But they celebrated their 2-year anniversary. They're doing some pretty good numbers right now. So all the best to Teelaunch right now. If you're not part of Teelaunch, if you don't have their Spotify app, then I would definitely recommend if you're using Spotify that you or no, not Spotify, Shopify. If you're using Shopify, then you need to definitely look into Teelaunch. They previously you could just go to the Teelaunch website and create orders there, but I was recently informed, as recently as today, that they're going to be removing that option from the website. You're going to need to be on a Shopify service. So I think this is kind of I don't believe that they've said this, but I was just told this by a Teelaunch representative. So, but I don't think it's been announced I don't know how much how open this information is right there, but they told me, because I make most of my orders on the website, they told me that I need to go to Shopify. I need to create a Shopify Lite account. That's the $9 a month account. Okay. With that account, it allows you to create embedded shop buy buttons, Facebook pages, and stuff like that. You know, it's just bare bones Shopify. It costs $9 a month. What they'll do is, um, if you sign up for that, you use their service, Teelaunch, they will, if you give them a copy of your receipt, once you get charged, they will refund you back the cost of the $9 that it costs you for that month, as long as you're using their service. So it's a good way if you don't like that you have to pay to use T-Launch, which would be the $9 a month from Shopify. They will, if you send in your receipt, they will recoup the cost of that monthly charge, because you could have used their website for free, but they removed that option from you. So now you have only Shopify as an option. Of course, if you are bigger, if you want to use the Shopify storefront and their other tools, I would definitely recommend doing that. A lot of interesting stuff with Shopify. They got a lot of powerful apps there. So I would recommend the $29 a month from Shopify if you can't afford it. But if you do want to use T-Launch and you have to use that with Shopify, I just want to let you know about this other option that you could do with T-Launch and Shopify Lite. So good news for Shopify. So let's move on to, let's see here. Oh yeah, okay. So on the Facebook group, on one of my earlier videos, I showed my Excel spreadsheet that I use to go over my numbers. Actually, let's back it up. Let's talk about my numbers real quick, because I know that's what a lot of you guys want to know about. You want to know about what my numbers were. Okay. So let me open up Merch by Amazon here. And thinking, do I want to show the screen? Because I haven't quite figured out exactly how to do the best like graying out of like my stuff. So you know what? I'm gonna do it. If you if you happen to see what my products are, then you see what my products are. Okay. So let's go to my browser here. All right. So in the last 7 days, not the last week, the last 7 days, I've done 104. So in our previous video, I told you that I was trying to get to doing $100 in a single 7-day period. Well, I did achieve that. I actually achieved that a couple days after I made that video. So good for me on that. But let's look at an actual, I like to look at a Sunday through Saturday time frame. So my last week, Sunday through Saturday, I did 17 shirts with a royalty of $8 or $84.83. So not bad, not bad. For the entirety of the month, and we'll include today, because I did make a sale today. I've done $181.58, 38 shirts sold. Now, what I like to do is I actually like to compare it to the previous month. So if we go back to our previous month, we'll do January or July 1st through July 15th. And if we did 141.58 this month so far. Last month, I did 139.37. So I'm up a pretty dramatic amount since last month. So I know a lot of people are saying that they're like really struggling like into these last couple of months, but these last couple of months have been some of my best months. So I'm in the 500 tier, you know. I have, I believe, 284 designs up right now, if I'm remembering correctly. And out of my 500, and so I'm doing decently a month after month. I'm sure if I filled up them slots, I'd do a lot better. But I'm kind of lazy in creating my designs, so I like to I like to go a couple days off and then I'll do 10 shirts and my 10 shirt upload, couple days off, then do another 10 shirt uploads. So I'm not doing a whole bunch, and I feel that that works for me. I'll get to the 500 by the time fourth quarter comes up, and that's all I'm looking for. So um and so if we let's go ahead and compare. Let's see here. So let me go back to my month here. Let's actually look at the niches that I'm working in right now, that I'm making sales. Actually, no, we'll look at last. Do I want to look at last month's? Yeah, we'll look at last month's. All right, so this is last month's here. If we go and we look at what products we're selling, we can see that I have a lot of shirts that I was selling multiple copies of, like this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here. We got a few here. There was only a couple. There's only a few shirts that I only sold one copy of, and you don't like. I'm not selling a whole bunch of random stuff. I got a pretty strong evergreen shirts that are selling consistently, day after day. The categories that I'm working in, my main categories I work in is gaming and like geek culture. And I've started to go into fitness and gyms, like gym shirts. And then the shirts that sell the most for me are in the pet category, so cats and dogs. A lot of people say, "Oh, well, you can't make money in cats and dogs. It's too saturated. There's too many people doing it." Well, I'm making money in cats and dogs. So all you have to do is have that one shirt that like sells every single day, and you got that. You got a few like $20, $30, $40 a month from a shirt. I have a shirt that sells almost every day, that gives me $5 almost every single day. It's a dog shirt. So if you could find that one shirt, you're good to go. There's never I don't believe that there's a single category that's oversaturated right now. This merch by Amazon is too new. There are too many people selling on Amazon. You just have to. If you think like that, then you're never gonna succeed with merch by Amazon. You need to go into your niche and stay with your niche. I'm not really one of the kind of people that believes that you need to um, be in every single niche. I think you need to find out what niche that you like, preferably something that you have actual interest in, and build your shirts out that way. That way you can get more visibility within that category, instead of you just being that one off. You might have multiple shirts on the same search term or the same search page, and possibly able to get more clicks. That's just how I feel. If we look at this month, go through August 1st through the 5th. No, let's go August 5th here. When we look at the categories of shirts, you can see that my evergreen shirts are selling more and more. You can see I got 9, 6, 7. These are the shirts that I've had on here for a couple of months now. These are my evergreens here. They're selling more and more. They're just going higher and higher in the rankings. I can tell you right now, this 9 shirt, that's a cat shirt. It's the dog shirt right here. This 7, it's a dog shirt. This is another cat shirt right here. This one I got for 3. That's an anime shirt. Okay, that's not a good example, um, but definitely, like, I got most of my stuff is in. Let's just go down the list here. This is a dragon shirt, anime shirt. This is a dog shirt, cat shirt, cat shirt, cat shirt, dog shirt, kind of geeky nerdy shirt. This is a martial arts shirt. I sold 2 of these shirts on the same day. I'm guessing it's going to maybe a father son or something like that. But sold at the exact same time. Didn't get any cancellations on it, so it wasn't a double click or nothing. At least I hope it wasn't. This happened a couple days ago, so it's still good. This is the gaming shirts. I sold a couple of these last month also. This is a workout shirt. This is just a funny, weird shirt, but it's fish. It's a fish shirt, so it's pets. And then this is a beard shirt. Just sold this a couple days ago. I was kind of like, I found a really good vector for beards, and so I'm like, I'm gonna make a couple beard shirts to see what happens. And I got one to sell, so I might see what's happening with that niche. Maybe I go a little bit deeper into that. Unsure right now. We'll just see what happens. So just gotta kind of figure it out. That's my sales. And I'm doing better than last month, and that's all I can really ask for. As long as it gets better and better every month, that's a success story. If you made one sale last month and you made two sales this month, you're a success story. That's 100% turnover. So, um, but now let's go on to so uh the first video, I believe it was, maybe it was the second video, I had showed my Excel spreadsheet, which shows how I keep track of my cells, and people were wanting to know if they can get a copy of that, and my answer is, of course, you can get a copy of that. So just in case you were unsure what my thing looked like, all right. So this right here, this is the one that I use. Um, this is not specifically done for merch by Amazon, okay? This is just for general pod usage. All I have is just one line for merch by Amazon. Then I got my Teespring, Redbubble, TeePublic, and all that kind of stuff. And then I have this right here, which has my Etsy breakdown. I've actually made a couple more sales on Etsy. I just haven't posted them up here yet. So, and then it's broken down by month down here. You could see, and then we have my year to date. There we go. My year to date information here, so we could see the timeline of how my growth is happening here. This is good and all, but I figured, I could do better for my viewers here. So I went ahead and created something a little bit more for merch by Amazon. Okay. And so actually, let me go to this one here, because this is more like the one that I was using before. So again, we have it separated by month. Then we have the end of the year report. So we'll go to August, because I inputted some of my information from my August. So this is my first 5 days of sales. So what I've done, you could see up here, we had like auction type, we had item description, purchase price, sell price, online, PayPal, fees, shipping fees. That stuff isn't applicable to merch by Amazon specifically. This is more for if you're trying to manage an inventory on something like Etsy or eBay or something like that. If you're just looking to track your sales on merch by Amazon, then I put it down to something simple here. We have a days, so you can put 1 through 31, or how many days you can add, how many days you ever want on here. The item sold that day. So on the first day of August, I sold 1. Then we sold 5 on the next day, 2 on the following day, 4, and then 1. And then the cumulative amount so far that I've sold for these 5 days were 13 items. The estimated royalty per day, you can see on the first 5 days I did $62 in extra royalty. Then we have other expenses. So other expenses are, if you are able to do a day-by-day breakdown of your expenses, then you can do, like, if you have a VA, virtual assistant who's making designs for you, or if you go and you buy like a vector set, that's an extra expense. You want to add that for the day. That way you could see, like, let's just say I bought a $5 vector set that day. I plugged that in here. I made $23 in royalty on that day. Then we can do the $5 in expenses. You can see that I made $18.02 in actual profits. Let's just say I also spent another $5 in ad revenue. I did a Facebook ad run, or maybe a Reddit ad run. And I spent another $5 that day. So we could see that now I've only made $13 in profits. So It's a good way for you to keep track of your profit losses versus your expenses and your ad costs. And then that's going to be reflected again on your year to date. You can see we have August 62. I only inputted 1 month just for the sake of time, and you would see normally just a line full, just like you would see here on my normal reporting here of your growth or your decline month after month. So something nice for you guys who are having a hard time visually seeing or wanting to know where your money is going. This is something that will help you there. This is a very simple thing. I have something a little bit more detailed for you other people out there. So we have this here. I have to preface. I did not create either of these Excel spreadsheets. I did edit them to make them accessible to Merch by Amazon. I forget where I actually got either of these, um, but I did a lot of editing to make them work for Merch by Amazon. So, um, but so this is my second one here. You can see a lot more information on this here. We have a breakdown of on the top here we have the months, okay, June through December, and then we have the days all the way through the 31st here. And so what this is going to allow you to do is when you input your information here on a day-by-day basis, if we're looking at our month by August, I actually inputted everything from the month except for today, for the month of August here. We could go down right here. We could see what our total sales were for so far for the month, right? Like I said, I didn't input today's date, so our sales, so the numbers are a little off from what I told you guys earlier. And then when we go over here, if we scroll over here, then it will also tell us. Let's scroll a little bit over. So let's just say in July we did $5 on the first day. June we did $10 on the first day. Now we can start seeing here on the side what days are performing better on the month. So we could see, well, I see on the 9th of every month I seem to have the most profits on that accumulative profits on that particular day. So I want to make sure that I do, I don't know, whatever kind of promotional stuff that I need to do to make sure that that day is profitable for me, you know. Or if maybe you see that a day is particularly weak, the 5th of every month is particularly weak, you can go back and see what's selling on that day, or do what you need to do to make sure that day is strong. Then if we go over here, and then it will also, it will do a cumulative total over here across all profits for on a yearly basis. So if I had multiple days plugged in here, it would obviously it would accumulate, or it would add everything that I had over here into this area over here. So I have the total sales. So then we also over here we can look at a percentage based information, like stat. So we can look at across these months. On the first of every one of these months, we could see on a percentage base where stuff is, what percentage stuff is selling, and across, like, of I don't know how to put this here, across the whole day, I guess. So across, let's just say, August, I believe across August here, we can see that the first only did 3% of our sales. Okay. In August, if we look at the 13th, I did $35.88. We could see that that was actually 20% of my sales so far that month. So you could see a little bit more in detail. Obviously, since these are the only two inputs I have for these 2 months, it shows at 100%. And then for the year, we have a percentage breakdown across the categories as well, across the days as well. So this is just for your revenues. Now we can also input our ad costs here. So if we go to, let's just say that we want to start advertising on Facebook. Okay. And we want to advertise on, let's just say, Reddit. you guys don't know, yes, you can advertise on Reddit. Okay. Let's just say we want to do Pinterest as well. I don't think I spelled that correctly. Maybe I did. I don't know. All right. So that's Pinterest there. And it's August. So let's just say so far in August, I've spent $20. No, that I think is a little bit too high. Let's just do $5 on Facebook. Let's say we did $6 on Reddit so far for the month, and on Pinterest we've only sold $2 on the month. Okay. So what we can see here is that so far our total costs for ads for this month is $13. For the year, we'd also see the year value over here. Let's just say last month I did $20. Then you'd see $25 for the year. Again, you also have the percentage breakdown along the exact same manner there. There are totally yearly ad costs here. Okay. Not sure why this is not working. I wonder. I think I might have the decimals. Yep, I had the decimals put over too much. Interesting. Okay. So in case you get this error in your file up here, where it's not showing the information, that's because there's a decimal error where the decimals aren't being put in correctly. If you go over to the Home tab in Excel, and then you go over to your accounting, and then you hit these little buttons right here, this allows you to show or hide certain decimal places. So you can increase the. Let's go over here. Let's look at this cell here. I could decrease the value that I see here to just so the one decimal point afterwards, or just no decimal points. So that's what that is. You can, and if you get that error, all you gotta do is just move the decimal showage area over, and it should fix that. So so what we see here then also is that it reflects our gross profits down here at a glance. So we spent $13 this month in ad revenue, or in ad spend. If we look at our actual revenue for August, we had $76, right? 76 minus 13, we have the $63 of gross profit so far. And then if we go over to our next panel down here, we got our other expenses. So this can be stuff where you have your let's just say your VA, your virtual assistant. Let's say you paid for some vectors. So let's just say vectors. You're using some kind of, I don't know what's wrong with my capitalizations on that. You're using some kind of paid service, right? Let's just say Merchant-Former or something like that. And so we can input them values. Let's just say I'm paying my virtual assistant $50 this month. All right, I paid $5 in vectors for vectors this month, and Merchant-Former. I don't remember what the price is for Merchant-Former. I believe it's $20, so I'm gonna put $20 in on here. All right, so we have a total expense cost of $75. Again, not showing the decimals correctly here. So we could see now at a glance here, that we have a net profit of $80 here so far, $88 so far for the month. So if you see down here, we have total sales numbers here. Okay. Then we have our gross profits. That's our revenue minus ad costs, our gross profits. And then our other expenses. So that's revenue minus ad cost minus other expenses to get our net profit here. So you might see these numbers here. It just means that there's no data inputted into these fields here. So as you fill them out, you'll start seeing your percentages show up over here, just like you would in any other panel. So I'm gonna go ahead and provide these for free for you guys. Okay. Oops, oh, wrong one. There we go. So what you have to do is I'll put a link also on the bottom of Facebook on this for you too, or not. I guess in Facebook and in on YouTube. You just go to this my Sellify page here, and I don't want to really give you the whole URL because it's a weird URL. Go to the Sellify page here, and you just hit the Buy Now button. You don't have to pay anything; just hit the Buy Now button, and it will allow you to download it. So buy now. Then you just hit. You can do a download. So obviously, if you want to thank me, you'll actually end up getting both of them Excel spreadsheets. So you can use whichever one you want. It does work a little bit with Google spreadsheets, Google Docs. Not perfectly though. Like all the coloring and some of the math is not correct. So just be wary if you're using Google Docs. Okay. But you can get it for 100% free if you want. But if you appreciate the work that I put in here, appreciate me providing you this service or this video for you, you can go ahead and enter in a dollar amount here, $1, $5. It got some suggested values down here, and just show your appreciation for me. You know, you don't have to do it, but every dollar counts. It helps me with continuing to do these videos and some other stuff that I use this money for towards doing these tests that I do. So every bit helps. So you'll be able to get that 100% free. And then we also have another little gift for you guys here. Before we do that, I had someone who asked me, like, how do I organize my merch by design like stuff on my computer? And I gotta tell you right now, I don't organize anything really at all. Some people use spreadsheets to organize their listings. I don't. I have everything in one folder called T Designs. And it has every single one of my designs in here. Normally in these folders I have a PNG, I have an AI file, and I have a super large PNG. So I have the PNG that I'm gonna upload to Amazon. Then I have a super large PNG, which I can use on different another pod service that require a larger file sizes. And then I have the AI, which is a vector, so I can obviously recreate that file or edit stuff out of that file pretty easily. So that's normally what I have in this here. And then on the bottom here, I have just some other Photoshop stuff that I use. So just in general, like my halftone set, stuff like that. So I don't do a lot of organizing of my stuff outside of this. What I do recommend anybody who does store their stuff on their computer is to have a backup. Backup on Google Drive. I back up on OneDrive, so everything is stored in OneDrive for me automatically. Use Carbonite. If you use Carbonite backup service, make sure you have your file backed up in Carbonite. Use a zip or a little tiny USB SD card, you know, just so that if your hard drive happens to explode, you don't lose every single bit of your work, you know. So, but that's all I use. Someone was asking that on Facebook, so I figured I'd let everyone know. I'm not very organized in that sense. But like I said, I had another gift for you guys. So I created a couple sets for Labor Day for you guys. Labor Day is coming up, and you want to have your shirts ready, right? So I created this little set for you. Got some flags in here, some fireworks, a shield, a little banner. You can put Happy Labor Day on there. Just a little explodey little backgrounder. You could put this behind the graphic to make it really kind of stand out. And then I also have this here, which has some ribbons here. So we have some ribbons, some stars, some lines, some red, white, and blue ribbons. We got some crowns here so that you can put some, maybe move these things apart a little bit and put some words inside of there. Some banners, of course, everyone can use some more banners. And then some little stars on top here. So this is a little extra gift for you guys who need to make some of your Labor Day shirts. You got some little stuff here for you, and I went ahead and put that in the package again. This is going to be on the Sellify site here. Again, I'll put a link here on Facebook and on YouTube for you guys. And um, again, it's 100% free. You'll get both vector sets, and each set comes with an AI file, an ESP file, or an ESPS file. I'm sorry, EPS file. I don't know what EPS file, and in PNG. So the PNG is without a background, so it has a transparent background. So that if you don't have a way to use Adobe Illustrator or have Photoshop to upload the EPS file, you can use the PGN and just crop out the image part that you want. So that the background is transparent. You don't have to worry about removing the white backgrounds or any of that kind of stuff. So all good, all set for you there. And everything that needs to be white will remain white. So these are actually the banners aren't going to impair transparent. These are actually white areas. You can obviously change the color of them. You can change the color of any of this stuff in here, actually, if you know how to do that stuff. If you don't have a photo editor, before I go to that, again, this is 100% free. You pay what you want. You can pay nothing, or you pay again like $1, $5, $10, $100 if you feel really happy. And then if you don't have an image editor, there's an online image editor that works very, very, very closely to how Photoshop works. So that's called Photopea. I think that's how you say it, Photopea. And it works very like almost 100% like Photoshop. You can see if I can't open up that file here. So it's not going to accept that file format. It will. I know it will accept the PNG. So you can see I opened up the PNG file here. You can see we got the transparent background. All you need to do is you just crop out what you want here. Do the Control C. We can open up a new document here. We'll choose, obviously we want to make it 4500 by 5400. We'll make the background transparent. Create that again. There we go. We can go ahead and just paste that in there. That's Control P to paste. Move that around. We could do all the type of image the transformations that you could do, the image resizes, transformations, edit. We got more transformations here, free transformations where you can size, resize, all that kind of stuff. Let's see here. What other kind of stuff? We got the filters. Obviously, we can do blur, sharpen, pixelizations. Let's see here. A lot of stuff. The transformation stuff isn't as detailed. Let's see here. We can't do like perspective transformations, I don't believe. You got a lot of stuff to work with. Obviously, you can add some text. So we'll do Happy Labor Day. Obviously, that's super small just because oh, okay. Maybe type that in again. Here, let's make the font a little bit bigger. Let's make it a 150. Oh, it's not working out very well for me. What is it talking about? Oh, here we go. So let's do a. Where's that image at? Why is it showing so damn small? That's weird. It was working perfectly for me earlier. Delete that again. Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, there we go. Oh, hold on. I had to make. I guess you had to make a little box. Do 160. Feels not. Here we go. So what I did was I highlighted the text there, and I just changed the pixel count here. So I actually we'll make that 500. All right. So we do happy labor. This is a terrible design here, but you know, I'm just kind of showing you how to use the website here. Got happy Labor Day. Hit the little X up here. We can change the color. We'll probably want that to be white, right? Oops. We'll highlight that, change the color, white. Go. Come over here. We can change the fonts. See here, you got a whole bunch of built-in fonts here. So if we go back over here, we highlight this. Let's see here. I'm even sweating like a dog over here. We got a whole new font here. Let's actually do a let's fill in the background here. We'll use our fill tool, which is I think here. Yep, here we go. Paint bucket. We'll fill it black. So that's what this does here. It switches to your main color. And we'll fill that to black. Well, maybe let's see if we can't do some blending options here. We'll put a stroke behind it. I like my strokes to be white. And we'll make the stroke size bigger here. That's too big. Smaller. Make it 25 pixels. All right. We use our move tool here. Boom. If we do a control select, we can highlight both of these, okay? And then what we could do, that allows us to do is we can go ahead and move both of them at the same time. Move that up there. Oops, that's your visibility select there. There we go. We have a whole new shirt there, right there. Happy Labor Day. And then you can obviously, then you'd save that as, export as a PNG. I guess you could save it as a PSN too. Or a PSD. You select your quality, you want 100%, and you hit the save button. It's pretty simple. This website is photop.com. I have no affiliation with them. They don't, I'm not getting any kind of money or anything for promoting them. This is something that I was looking for an alternative for the people on Inside Merch to use who don't have Photoshop, and I ran across this. So I figured I'd let you all know about it. It's called Photop. Okay. So the last thing that I wanted to go over here was, before I die of sweating, my air conditioner is so dumb low. The last thing I wanted to show you guys was a little keyword tool that I've used in the past, but I don't know if anyone here knows about it. So this is it's a scientific seller. This is a Amazon. This is a general Amazon keyword tool. This is for people who are using FBA or Seller Central. This is normally what they use. This is a tool that they can use. And what it does is, let's just say we're going to put in cat. Use cat as a keyword here. We can then use this as our seed keyword, where we could choose what marketplace we want to, what Amazon marketplace we're going to be under. We're going to be obviously under US, so we're going to do that. We're going to hit start my keyword search. Okay. And so what this does is it will go through Amazon, and it will go, and it will, if we go into Amazon here, let's go to Amazon, Amazon.com. And you've ever noticed that when you start typing in here, Amazon starts suggesting these words here, okay? What these words are, these are common keyword phrases that are most commonly typed in when someone types in cat. A very common word, a common keyword phrase when someone types in cat is in cat tree, which is the pet supply. It's like one little cat things that cats can climb on top of or go into. Cat litter, cat toys. These are common phrases that when someone types in cat, they also put these other words in conjunction with that word. So what scientific seller does is it goes in and takes that word cat and finds all the other keywords that people are also using with cat. So we see cat, we've seen cat litter, cat toys, cat tree. All of them were there before. Then we also got cats. We see the plurals here, and we can see what comes up for cat plural, cat suit, cat paw, cat bad breath. All these are targetable keywords that in some instance Amazon has said people are using these keyword phrases to come up with to search in Amazon. Okay, they're not super targeted to your exact listing, but what this does, it allows you to first, you can come up with keyword ideas. So we can see we got cat paw here. So maybe we want to do a shirt that has cat paws on it, so that we could target this particular keyword phrase. Or when you're building out your listing, you already have your design, you're building out your listing, you don't quite know what keywords to use. You don't got Amazon AMS, you know. So you're trying to figure out what keywords that you could put in there that people are going to be searching under. Well, now we have a list of buyer keywords. These are keywords that people are using when they search in Amazon, based off that single word cat. Then what it also does is it tells you how many of these keywords that people are using, what individual words are coming up the most. So obviously cat's going to come up the most. We can actually sort the list here, sort it here, and we can see it, when it sorts the list, it's going to sort it by stuff words. Okay, and you can see that cats came up 258 times. Out of these words here, cats came up 258 times. Cats came up another 157 times. Cat suit, then tree, then litter. So these are all powerful indicators of how you should build out your listing and what words you should use. Now, if you don't join the service, you do get a truncated word list here, but you can create a free account and get more results here. It's 100% free. And it will give you more results. And not only will it give you more results, I believe it'll allow you to export it to Excel. So you can export this to Excel. Now, why this particular tool is so powerful is not, it doesn't just stop at a few words. It keeps going forever. You can leave this thing going overnight and it will just keep finding more and more and more and more words, more buyer keywords. It will just go on forever. So you could just leave this tab open, and in the morning, overnight, and in the morning, you'll have like 10,000 keywords checked. So this is a very powerful tool. If you're smart on how you use this tool, you could probably get a lot of profit out of it. So this is just another tool that I wanted to share with you guys. And that tool, again, like, it's Scientific Seller. That's scientificseller.com. It's a 100% free tool. Comes in multiple languages. So if you guys haven't heard about it, now you heard about it, now you can use it and start using this alongside all of the other keyword tools that you used before. So that's going to conclude this video here. I hope that you guys found this to be super educational, super interesting. Please, again, like I said, you can download each of these, the Excel spreadsheet for free, and the labor design element for free, just by clicking on the link I provide in this video or on the Facebook page. And if you feel generous enough, please feel free to go ahead and send a small donation to me if you'd like. Nowhere is it forced. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. You can get it 100% free, but if you're feeling generous, please go ahead and do that. Again, if you want to join our Facebook group, that's facebook.insidemerch.com. We'll take you to our Inside Merch Facebook group. where you could go ahead and join our group. You do have to answer a simple question to make sure that you're not going to be spamming stuff with us. And after that, you'll be able to join. Again, we have our subreddit also. That's reddit.insidemerch.com. I'll get you to our subreddit. And if you aren't subscribed to our YouTube page, make sure you go to our YouTube page at youtube.insidemerch.com to check out our other videos, which are also quite lengthy, like this one was, and very informational. And click the subscribe button. That way you can get update, or you can know when new stuff's coming out. So once you subscribe, also hit the little bell button here. What this is gonna do is every time I put a new video up, you'll get a notification in your YouTube notifications, and I believe also in your email, maybe if you set it up that way. You'll get notifications of the new videos, so you don't have to just guess when I put out new videos. You'll actually know right when it comes out. So I appreciate everyone who came and watching my videos, and who joined my Facebook group and my YouTube page. I really do appreciate it. You guys are my the whole reason I do this. So let's go out there and let's make a lot of money.